All right, so maybe this video will be shorter in this series, but in the next two videos, we're going to finish up the demonstration videos of how we can use ChatGPT to help plan and develop lessons and activities that we can incorporate into our units and our courses. All right, so I have my activity. I have done nothing with it. It's literally a second since I finished the last video. I need a rubric. We love rubrics. Hate them or love them, we use them. I need a rubric to fairly and objectively grade students for this assignment. Make one. I'm a little demanding here. Now, there's a lot of different ways rubrics can be used. So I didn't give it any additional directions. And it created something that it often has created. A lot of good information that I could use, okay? However, yeah, I want a table, all right? I could spend some time actually reading this, right? But I want a table. All right, it's easier, it's more organized. So participate criteria, all right, it's my criteria, right? It has levels of performance. It has the criteria, participation, quality of arguments and textual evidence, quality of delivery and presentation, use of critical thinking skills, and collaboration and teamwork. I didn't give any of this. I want to be clear. I said I need a rubric, make me one. And it came up with all of these. And I actually really like these things. I obviously, as the teacher, should review everything thoroughly and just use it as a first draft always. But I really like this. And in a future video, I'm going to show you how you can give it things that you've already made. I could give it a rubric I already have. I could give it a Drury rubric, and I could say, match this style, and it will match the style. But for this one, all right, I like that. Okay, I'm going to say two things and see what happens. I have no idea, because I sometimes making a table rubric is a little tricky here, but I've done it before. Okay, I want this rubric to be graded on a 4.0 scale. I would like this in a table format. Let's see what happens, right? Hey, look at that. It did just that. Yay. You can copy and paste the table into Word and it works fine. You might just have to add the borders in my experience, or sometimes you don't. And I almost want to create an additional video to show something cool that you can use for Canvas, but all right, look it. So it did it. All right, 4.0. You can average it, overall score, all that cool things, and it's pretty awesome. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not claiming that. I haven't even looked at it very carefully, but I just wanted to demonstrate how you can use rubrics that way. Let's try one more thing because I'm curious. All right. Let's see. I'm in Massachusetts. I'm in Massachusetts. Are you familiar, and it's going to be wrong, with the ELA standards for 9 through 10 in the state? I don't even know what I'm asking. The curriculum frameworks. Yeah. It's set now. It says it is, right? It says it's familiar. And ChatGPT 4, the updated version, might be even more familiar. But yeah, if you look really quickly, it kind of does a nice overview. And I think we're about to see a place where ChatGPT gets things wrong, but maybe it's going to surprise me. Okay. Can you list out the standards that are incorporated, there's that word, into this assignment? Please list these standards in the rubric. Let's see what happens. I have no idea. RL1 looks pretty decent. RL2 looks pretty decent. Okay. Not too bad this time. It used to be, I have to double check. So here's what often happens when I'm asking for specific things like this. It'll have almost the right thing, like almost. W3 might be W2 for some weird reason. Now it's not giving me what I asked. It's clearly not. It is listing all the standards that are incorporated in this assignment. All right. So, okay, that was not helpful. List the power standards, 3 to 5 standards for this assignment. And it didn't do the rubric thing like I asked, right? Shortcoming. And again, put these standards into the rubric you made. All right, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, okay. I asked it for 3 to 5. It gave me 3. All right. And again, and then it, yep, okay. It went back to no table again because it's difficult like that. You know, if anytime you find it's going the wrong direction, you can always click the stop generating button. All right, take this and make it into a table like you did before. All right, I said I have some difficulty with rubrics. And so again, I could, at some point there's sunk cost, or the fact that if you have all the information and you know how to make a chart in Google Docs, it's just easier to do that, right? If you get it on the first or second try, then it's worth your time. Sometimes in these conversations, I've gotten really stubborn and wanted to find out the kind of prompt I would need to get it to do what I want. And 20 minutes have gone by and I've realized that I could have just typed the damn thing in like 5 seconds. But that's also how you get good at ChatGPT, is by exploring and taking time to see what happens when you do something. All right, so yeah, it did it. It did not use the standards like I asked it. Oh no, you know what? No, hey, look it, I'm wrong. I have no idea if this is correct. I'll have to use it later, but it did do what I wanted in the end. So, that's it. That's how we could use rubrics in Catcher in this assignment. And it understands standards, and it understands all the things that as a teacher we would need it to understand. It understands the concept of rubrics, the concept of grading, the concept of scales, 4.0 or 100 or whatever. So it gives me all of this information that I can use. And in the next video, we will finish up with one more possible task that maybe it can do. We will find out. Let's go.